Why does that seem like really zoomed in? Hang on. Is that not really zoomed in? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. Right, I have been really slow getting these readings done because I was gasping for air yesterday. I'm still not great today, but I want to get these readings done. So, sorry if I'm heavy breathing or snuffling. I have a cold, so any obnoxious people can just do one. I nearly just set fire to my desk. Oh my god. That was so scary. I've burnt my carpet twice. Oh dear. Drama on a Sunday night. That is like, is that not hella zoomed in? Right, I'm gonna take it out. Why is it so stiff? It's like so annoying. That is really zoomed in, is it not? Is it just me being weird? I don't know. Right, I'm just gonna get on with it. Okay, so we're on to Gemini. I've got the card here. It's your weekly love reading for the 3rd week of May. I'm using the hi everyone. I'm using the Solar Kingdom deck. It's really, really nice. I've got like a whole Egyptian theme going on. So they're really new cards, so I might struggle to shuffle them. Hi Akshita, hi Anu. I'm doing collective readings, starting off with the sign of Gemini. I've already done, thank you. They'll probably come off during the reading. Don't forget to give me a like. Yeah, I've done the sign of Aries and Taurus yesterday, so you'll find them on the Lives tab. I had no voice because I've got a cold. It's really bad. Yeah, it was full moon. I had a terrible week last week. I was dead busy and frazzled and loads of problems with we had a power surge which blew up the Wi-Fi box, so I had no Wi-Fi the last couple of days and I needed to send job applications and do my tarot. Hi, welcome in. A lot of people seem to have a really bad week the last week or two. It was very chaotic, a lot of stuff culminating together, lots of deadlines together and stuff not working. Oh my goodness, this is such a big deck. Right. It's hard to shuffle. Hi, Malicia. Or Malitia. Okay, spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me. Do you know what? I'm going to put these in the middle. Sorry. Please stand beside me and guide me for Gemini's highest good. Seeing as we're talking about the moon and the stars, you know, that can separate the 2 sets of cards. Please stand beside me and guide me for Gemini's highest good. How is Gemini feeling in this 3rd week of May 2025 with regards to one they're thinking about, dealing with, or manifesting in? Starting with 3 cards for Gemini's feelings, okay? So I'll get 3 cards for how you're feeling. I'll put them this side. Then I'll get 3 cards for how your person's feeling. And then I'll get 3 cards for the outcome. I'll clarify why they feel the way that they feel. I'll get messages from them. And I'll get you some advice from Spirit. The Wheel of Fortune. Well, that's a good card to get. That's a beautiful card. Look at the artwork on that. So the Wheel of Fortune upright means that, Gemini, you're coming into a phase of good luck. The universe is going to bring you a few weeks of really good luck. That's lovely. A very fortuitous time. Two more cards for Gemini, please. The Star. Gemini, what is going on? Well, you've had a few readings now where it was kind of depressing. So you're getting a really nice one now. This is either healing or wish fulfillment. And the fact that it follows a period of good fortune, maybe it's actually wish fulfillment. Something that you've been wanting for a long time. How stunning are these cards, by the way? It's the Solar Kingdom deck. Oh my goodness, I absolutely love it. She's pouring water down her back and she's replenished, you know, she's serene, she's beautiful, she's happy, she's cleansed, she's ready for wish fulfillment. I love this. I'm going to suck up your good energy, Gemini. Let's get one more. Okay, well, Cancer will be after this. I'm going in zodiac order. Ooh. I didn't sleep at all Friday, you know, because my nose was running like a tap. I felt so sorry for myself because I should have been happy that it was the weekend, and like I just got no sleep. Went through 2 boxes of tissues. Right, what's come out there? The Page of Swords, and oh, we've got something else. The Temperance. Right, so the Temperance is, well, first of all, we've got the Major Arcana. I forgot to say that's the Major Arcana for Aquarius. Now we've got the Major Arcana for Sagittarius with the Temperance. And it's all about managing your emotions, finding equilibrium between, you know, anger, sadness, serenity, you know, laughter. We're trying to find balance. She's pouring from one cup, he or she is pouring from one cup into the other, trying to find balance, trying to find equilibrium. It's about trying to manage your emotions, okay, and get them stable. Now it's upright, so we are managing that, but the Page of Swords is reversed. Now, the Page of Swords, when it's upright, It's someone who's watching and waiting. It's a card of observation, studying. It's contemplation, like, who do I want to go towards? What do I know about this person? Can I learn some more about them? You know, swords and knowledge and communication. But that's reversed. So I think there's a sense of we want wish fulfillment, but we're not going to just go for anything. It has to be someone pretty special. You know, it's like we've got our eyes wide shut here because we're thinking about what we want and we're not going to rush in. Only fools rush in. That's the vibe I'm getting intuitively, okay? Because if that was upright, I'd say we're watching and we're waiting and we're studying. But this is like, I'm not even doing that. I'm not even looking. So I don't know. Unless it is healing, unless it is a period of healing. But either way, we're not obsessing over anyone or wanting anyone to come in immediately. Nothing like that. Let's get 3 for the one that's on your mind, or the one that you're dealing with, or the one that you're manifesting in. Why is my phone like auto zooming like that? It never does that. I don't know. I don't know why it's doing that. It never does that. We'll blame it on the full moon. What's going on with the one that Gemini is thinking about, or dealing with, or manifesting in? I was getting annoyed then because nothing was coming out. Ooh, the Knight of Wands reversed. Now, the Knight of Wands, when it's upright, is... it's a very sexual energy. It's very spontaneous energy. It's like whatever I feel like doing in that moment, I'm going to go off and do it. And, you know, I'm putting my pedal to the metal and I'm just going. I'm not waiting around. Like, I know what I want. It's, you know, Wands of fire energy. It's very, very sexual energy. You know, it's that sacral chakra. The chakra that's between your hips, you know, it's all about reproductive forces, energy. When it's reversed, we could either be overly sexual or that passion could have spilt over into anger, and this person could be pissed off and therefore not approaching, you know. It's either like overly lusting and promiscuous or angry. I'm just getting a drink. So we'll get some more cards and we'll see what's going on. The Five of Swords, arguments. Maybe they are angry then. The Five of Swords is cross words being spoken. Someone's determined to have the last word, but it's hurt other people's feelings. Everybody's walking away, you know, in different directions. Upset, hurt, angry. Let's get one more. Oh dear, the Five of Wands. Now we've got physical fights, physical conflict. I love these cards. Like, I'm sorry, it's like the first couple of times that I'm using them and I'm obsessed. They're off Temu. Look at the way those wild horses are fighting. See, that can be inner conflict or it can be external conflict when it's the Five of Wands. This looks to be conflict with others, okay, like actual physical altercations, because we've got verbal disagreements as well. And, you know, such a lack of passion, like more like anger. You can see how it's all kind of like coming together like a narrative. Okay, so let's get, that needs to go under. Let's get 3 for the outcome. Now, I'm not getting kings or queens. It doesn't seem like, you know, there's marriage or children. It doesn't seem like anyone is approaching anyone. So I don't know if you're on the out with this person or this is something that's going on between them and someone else. It's very separate energies at the moment. Okay, we've got the Seven of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. The Seven of Cups is being at a crossroads. He's looking and he's thinking, which one do I want? I've got all these cups. In each cup is being offered a different thing. So he's kind of studying them. He's at a crossroads. He genuinely has no idea which direction to go next. Okay. In some of these cups will be good things, and in some of them will be not good things. You know, some of them will be like productive, some of them will be things that want to harm us, like, and some of the cups will be snakes. We've got the Ten of Pentacles. So this is 2 salaries together. You know, a marriage, a long-term union, creating lasting generational wealth, money for your children, money for their children. That's like the ultimate end game. Like, this is what everyone's working towards in life. Or it certainly is for a good portion of it. So this is what is in the outcome. I've decided I want to collaborate. I want to reach this end goal. I don't know whether this is you or them. Let's get 2 more, because they're a combination and I always get 3 for the outcome. Now we've got the Hanged Man upright, which is contemplation. When the Hanged Man turns himself upside down and suspends himself, he's trying to be open-minded and consider other ways of being or doing. He's trying to see things from other people's perspectives and consider their ideas. Okay, maybe his idea is not the best way. It's a healthy energy. We've got the Six of Pentacles reversed though. The Six of Pentacles upright is reciprocity, equal give and take. 3 pentacles provided by one person and 3 pentacles provided by the other person. It's trying to be fair, wanting fairness, wanting balance. 6 is an even number. The Six of Pentacles is what we want when we choose a lover. and we are dating with a view to having a long-term relationship, we want fairness. This person's trying to give out money and share it out fairly, okay? But that's reversed, so that following the Seven of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles, perhaps in the past, we've picked people that are not giving fairly. Let's get one more because they were a combo. I'm just trying to make it so that you can see more of these cards, more of the spread. The Nine of Cups, being satisfied in oneself, you know, waking up, smelling the roses, feeling contented. It's a single energy. You know, I'm absolutely satiated, I'm satisfied, I'm content within myself. 9 is a single number. 10 is the whole family, you know, collaboration with another person. So is 2, so is 6, you know, all of the even numbers. That's in combination with the 6 of Cups. This is soulmate energy. In the outcome, someone's feeling exalted, like absolutely satisfied because they're in love. They found a soulmate. This is beautiful, but why is there all this like conflict and aggression and verbal arguments and physical disagreements with other people? Like, where's all that coming from? Where's all the anger coming from on this side, and who is this person? There was a lack of equal give and take because we had the 6 of Pentacles reversed, the Hanged Man, the 7 of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles. Someone wants forever. I do not get this, because you've got the Page of Swords reversed, as if like, and you're trying to manage your emotions, like you're healing. So it's like you're not open to love. And then this person's got all this like argumentative energy, like fully arguing and like clashing with people around them. What is going on? Lots and lots of anger. Hi, Arjit. I need to know what's going on. What is all this about? Thanks for the likes. Why, Spirit, why has this person got all these verbal and physical disagreements? Forgiving. They didn't mean to hurt you. but you are holding on to it. Forgiving helps you to get past it. Okay. Well, you've got healing, haven't you, with this star card? That's healing. You could have been dating someone and you could have split up with each other. Like, you know, when you have like a really big argument and there's so much feelings there. It's not like it's done with. It's just like you've had a massive argument. That's the vibe that I'm getting. Let's keep clarifying. Oh, divine union. Use the wings of empathy to bring love and harmony. There's a lot about trying to forgive and let go. Other people could have got involved in your business, and this person could have got, you know, waylaid, distracted, put off by other people, people on their side or people on your side, friends, family members, people sticking their nose in, having too much to say about what's going on, potentially. Hidden thorns look beyond the romance to discern true intentions. There's a divine union. You love each other very much. Let's get a third oracle deck, because why not? I can't pick up my cards. I haven't got time for this. Oh my god. Whatever. Right. I am not picking up loads of cards off the floor. Hang on, here we go. Oh, it was the friends. Fake friends. This person has got people that like to cause trouble. Do you know what age group are very good at doing that? People in the 20s. They love getting involved in people's business. And friends, you know, best friends from high school. Ooh, those friendships are very intense. People do not like it. Guys can be the worst. Guys do not like their mates getting into serious relationships. They do not like them being dragged away, getting, you know, getting settled down. They don't like it because then they haven't got someone to hang out with anymore. They're losing the best mate, you know. So you could be both young, you don't have to be. We've all got people that meddle and stick their nose in, do more harm than good. I mean, most people know better than to do that to me, but you won't believe, like, I've definitely been involved with people and their family has like said things that are out of line, you know, commented where they shouldn't. It's not their place. You can get people that meddle, can't you? So there's an air of like, you two are supposed to be together and there needs to be forgiveness, okay? Someone stuck their nose in here where they needn't. and it's done a lot of damage, but it's not permanent, it's temporary, sorry. What's the nature of this connection, even though it's already said divine union? What's the nature of this connection, please? The one that's showing up in Gemini's reading. Be optimistic. Unrequited feelings. What on earth? How does that go together? Keep in mind that you create your reality. You can't attract love with a negative mindset. Unrequited feelings, there's not enough love to keep this relationship going in a healthy way. I didn't get that though, because we've got the Six of Cups and the Nine of Cups at the bottom. I didn't get that. Are you worried that there's unrequited feelings? Because at the bottom, we've got the Seven of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. Someone definitely desires lasting generational wealth. We've got the Hanged Man, but we did have the Six of Pentacles reversed, didn't we? So someone's in love with the idea of being in love, but this might not be your soulmate, okay? I do that. I get in love with the idea of being in love, and then I kind of make it work with whoever it is. Guilty as charged. Yeah, let's have a butchers with these. Heart with a key. Welcoming love, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together, perfect. This is perplexing. Let's get messages from them. You could be infatuated with each other, but then if it's that easily messed up by other people getting involved, they might not be your person, you know, like your forever person. Because you can meet soulmates for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. It doesn't have to be that it's the one that we marry and we're with forever. But there's a reason that they came into your life. You're supposed to have a relationship. And too afraid to talk, right? So they're used to overbearing family and friends. I can't stand that. I cannot stand that. Big-mouthed people. Light. Starting to feel a bit lighter after, you know, feeling upset, angry. Love me. Well, it's difficult to love someone when people are getting involved and treading on toes. It's difficult to do that, isn't it? How can I access someone where they've got sharks swimming around them? What's your advice, please, Spirit? What's your advice for Gemini when it comes to this person? The one that's showing up in their reading. Right, be clear about what you want. Manifest qualities in a person, okay? Like, this may help you to decide, like, okay, I like these aspects of the relationship. I really didn't like those aspects, okay? Because at least if something isn't 100% working for us, we can get clarity over what works and what doesn't, what we want, okay, and what we don't want next time. Why am I like pulling more of these? I don't know. Emerge. This is part of your evolution, okay? To realise when something, you know, just isn't, it's not 100% what we were looking for. Like, it's not quite the fit that we thought it was. Be gentle with yourself, okay? It's not going to feel good. But the answer might be to walk away from this. More advice, please, from a different deck. Heart awakening. Activate deep heart awareness to experience true love. Okay, so keep your heart open, keep it full. Okay, you can hold space in your heart for this person, but there's quite possibly something even better just around the corner. It doesn't even have to be a long way off. Dream interpretation. Decode dream symbols to uncover messages from your subconscious. Okay, so I don't really. I tell you what, I was going to say I don't often have dreams that I feel like are spiritual. I feel like it's more like nonsense from the past, or, you know, phobias of like falling, vague like anxiety dreams. But I did dream about an ex the other day. I don't know though, it was weird. It was a scenario that didn't happen, and he was there, and I don't know. It was weird. You might be able to determine stuff from your dreams. If you can still remember them, often you forget, don't you, within seconds of waking up. Advice for Gemini, please. One last advice for Gemini. Loving friends. I surround myself with people who inspire me and grow together with me. My friends raise me up and hold me to the best that I can be. I am loved unconditionally and supported throughout my journey. I release old friendships, which may be toxic or keeping me stagnant. Wow. Okay. So when you move away from this person, Gemini, if this is resonating, you're going to get away from those horrible people that are surrounding them, and it's going to feel really good, like you're just cleansing yourself, you know, like you're free to be who you actually are. Because I find like when I'm around toxic people, they've got like such a dark aura about them. You know you can't trust them, and you know that they're going to meddle with the relationship. It's just like it doesn't feel good until you get away from them, and then like suddenly you feel like you can relax, and like, you know, you feel good about yourself instead of crap about yourself. Like, people just, they're energy vampires, but they're more than that. They're very suspicious, suspect people. You know, they're scheming, they're conniving, they're saying and doing things and busying themselves. Like, it's not nice to be around that energy. And people will like come up to you and say you're like this or you're like that, especially when they've had a few to drink. My God, not nice. Get away from that. If this is resonating, it's part of your evolution, okay, to get away from the people that are surrounding this person that you've been dealing with. Okay, it's not meant to be. Okay, so I'm going to leave your reading there. In fact, I feel a bit mean. Let's see about a timing for someone new. When will someone new come in for Gemini, please? Time is still unknown. Refocus and stop waiting. Stop rushing sooner than you expect. Okay, so your main job is to just think about the qualities that you would like in a partner, in a future partner, okay? And take it easy. It is really not nice calling things off with someone, but if this is resonating, you just need to get this bad energy away from you, because this person's not standing up to the ones around them, and it's meddling too much, and it's just not they're not your tribe. They're really not. You don't need that. People will pick family as well. Like, you know, it doesn't matter that you're supposed to be their future. They'll pick their past over you, so. Have each other if that's what you want, do you know what I mean? Jog on. If parents are overly, you know, domineering and controlling and have too much say over what their sons and daughters are doing, you have to ask yourself why. And if it hasn't stopped yet, it's not going to, is it? Like, that's how they roll. So if that isn't like in alignment with your values and the way that you've been brought up and what you want for yourselves, like, you can't thrive in that. Like, you're going to be in the shadows of like their shit. I love that Gemini card. It's proper nice, isn't it? Right, on to Cancer. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. I think these are the best cards I've had. You got to be happy with that. That's beautiful. Oh my goodness, I can't grab the cards. They're just, you know, like they're just that little bit too big. Never mind. We'll struggle. It'll be fine. I've got quite small hands, like, I've got nice hands, but it does not help when it comes to playing the piano or things that where you got to spread, you know, have a big hand span. It's just like, no. Large tarot cards, it's a problem. Ah. That was stressful. My hands are hurting. Whoever designed these cards must have giant hands, guys. Okay, spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Cancer's highest good. How is Cancer feeling in this third week of May 2025 with regards to one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? Right, 3 cards for how you're feeling first of all, Cancer. That was strange, wasn't it, the way that flipped out? So you could be feeling like someone's left you out in the cold, someone stopped talking to you recently, or someone's left you, down in terms of money. The Five of Pentacles is being, it's the opposite of abundance. It's a lack of abundance. This person's out in the storm. They're out in the storm. They're struggling. They're in need of salvation. They're a pauper. They need money. They need nurture. Sorry, I'm just fixing my nail back on. These cards have put me through it. Yeah, so you could be struggling with money, you could be struggling financially or emotionally right now. Because Pentacles are money, time and energy, so someone's not giving you their time or their money or their energy, okay? It's a sense of lack. Right, we've got the World card, and it's in combination with the Ten of Cups reversed, so there's a lack of harmony, there's a lack of balance within a family dynamic. This is the Ten of Cups, okay? So you've got the two swans, black swan, white swan. You've got the signets, so the whole family is here. When it's upright, everyone's cup is full. Everyone in this family is feeling happy. Okay, this is reversed. So there's problems in this family dynamic. There's a lack of harmony. Now, with the World card, that's beautiful, isn't it? With the World card, the Fool realises that he must take life's rough with the smooth, okay, and better days are coming. So it's the completion of a cycle. This beautiful wreath that she's got here represents, a cycle. So a period of lack and imbalance and disunion, disharmony, this is coming to an end, okay? We know that this is coming to an end. So you could be in a family, or you could have moved out from a home, or they could have moved out, or you could just have this sense of even if there weren't children involved, that you and your person aren't living together, or it's not going to go the way that you had envisaged. Right, let's get another card. The King of Cups. King of Cups upright, okay? So the King of Cups is someone who's very compassionate, generous with feelings, very, very patient, lots of water energy. I mean, that's Cancer, isn't it? A hard shell on the outside, preserving what's soft and gooey on the inside, lots of runny feelings. Yeah. And the cups is water, and water is feelings. So that's Cancer energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. You see that he has all of this water below, and there's two, is it dolphins? Looks like two dolphins. And they're shells as well, aren't they? They're shells. That's cute. So the King of Cups, yeah, so you could be someone who's married, or you could be a homeowner, someone who has lots of responsibilities, a responsible person. a calm person, someone who takes responsibility, you know, in your stride. Let's get some cards for the one that you're dealing with or thinking about or manifesting in. The midday sun is in reverse. Okay, so when that card is upright, it's someone that's experiencing a lot of happiness. It's just the same as the sun card, but we're in the middle of a period of prosperity, of enjoyment, happiness. You know, like when the sun is at its highest point, we just feel elated. You know, you feel the sun on your bones, your skin. The birds are singing, people are mowing the lawn. So you're right in the middle, when it's upright, you're right in the middle of a phase of happiness. When it's reversed, there's a lack of that feeling of satisfaction, of happiness, carefree times. You know, it's something's blocking that. I'm just gonna blow my nose, but I'll mute it because I don't want you to hear. Oh my god, the tower. Right, I love that artwork, but that is terrifying, isn't it? So you see there's lightning bolts, this emotion with all this water, like the fire, everything's tumbling down. Tower moments can be caused by us, or they can be caused by someone else, or they can be caused by the universe. Okay. So an example of a tower moment is it's always something big. Okay. So it might be someone breaking up with us, or it might be us getting made redundant. You don't always see it coming, sometimes you do. It could be a partner saying, I'm going to move back to my home country. You know, like I've just decided, like, this is what I need to do. The landscape of your life is never going to be the same again. With a tower. However, things that are built on weak foundations need to come down. Okay, so what is rebuilt and something will come in the place of this building that's coming down, and it will be better, it'll be stronger. So that's why we have tower moments. So, you know, if someone breaks up with us, we can't stop the tower. However, you know, if their feelings are that way, that they want to end it, then yeah, that needs to happen, and it's painful and it's not comfortable and it's sad and it's, you know, all the rest of it. But then it allows us to be with someone that's just completely besotted with us, you know, and wants to treat us so much better. So Towers have to happen, you know? It's for our greater good. So a tower moment is going to happen for the one that you're dealing with or thinking about or that's coming in the future. And that's at the same time as you've got the Ten of Cups reversed and the World card. So if you look at the timeline, it matches really well. So you're showing up as a King of Cups. We haven't got a court card for them yet. The Two of Wands. So after the Tower, this person needs to make a choice, okay? They're going to have to pick A or B. These wands are new adventures, okay? And this person doesn't know whether they're going to go that way or that way, left or right, A or B. They don't know which footpath to take. They've got a serious decision to make, okay, for where they're going next. Let's get 3 cards for the outcome. The Knight of Pentacles. Someone's going to make an offer. That's in combination with the Ten of Swords reversed. And the Three of Pentacles. This is a really good... This is a fantastic combination. That's a really, really nice combination. Someone wants to invest, okay? It's the start of something new. It's a night. So someone's going to make an offer, okay? And that could be to go on a date or to be exclusive, you know? It's at the beginning. The Ten of Swords, when it's upright, is the most amount of pain someone can feel. 10 is the end of a cycle. You know, this person is... It's a swan, actually. Oh, that's so sad. Look, the white swan is in the background and the black swan has got all... It's been stabbed, like, all these times. Let's look at the storm clouds as well. It's awful. That's reversed. So we're being released from this cycle of pain. And then the Three of Pentacles is about cooperation, collaboration, coming together. 3 is the number of teams, groups, community. And Pentacles is investment of time, money and energy. That's beautiful. I just don't know what this tower was. Towers are like the landscape of someone's life changing in a major way. Like I said, it's like someone loses their job or they lose their house, like they didn't pay the rent or they, you know, they mispaid on the mortgage too many times. Like they're moving country, they're, you know, they're getting made redundant. It's big stuff, like it's major stuff. But what it sets in motion is this person having to make a choice about where they're going next. And I think they choose you. I think it's them choosing you because You're showing up as a king, so why would you show up as a Knight of Pentacles? They're the ones that were, you know, not showing up as anything before. Knights move, okay? They're on the move. And this person was making a decision about which way to move. So that's why I think it's them. You were feeling lack, weren't you, with the Five of Pentacles? And this person, yeah, that's beautiful, because this person wants to offer a pentacle, and 5 and 1 makes 6. And that's equal give and take. It's reciprocity. It's an even number. It's fair. I think they're going to offer you an exclusive relationship. Right, let's get 2 more cards. Oh, crap. Let's get 2 more cards for the outcome. That's so weird, right? The Death card I saw earlier. Shit, look, the Ace of Cups. So we're closing out the end of one cycle and we're bringing in a new one. We're walking through the gates, okay, leaving the past behind us. And that's really nice, actually. Let's just look at that. All these roses. That's not scary at all, that Death card. It's the Major for Scorpio. You've got a lot of major arcana here. You've got the World, which is a major arcana. You've got the Death card, which is major arcana. The Tower, which is major arcana. And then you've got the Ace of Cups. I'm sorry, I'm jealous. I want the Ace of Cups in my reading. This is being in love. This cup is huge. It's overflowing with emotion. This is when 2 people are in love. Oh my God, I've just noticed. Look, there's the wings of the white swan and the wings of the black swan. And they're like in alignment, flying like into the sun. That is gorgeous. It's beautiful. I love this artwork. I have to find out who designed these cards. Right, they were a combination, weren't they? They were a combination, so we get 1 more. What on earth is coming now? It better not be anything bad, because this is going well. You know what's really eerie about this? Is like that tower in their life is happening at the same time as you're closing out a cycle. And now look, we've got the end of the chapter and we've got being in love, collaboration. It's just such a nice spread. Like, I'm sorry, it's really nice. It's giving like you were involved with someone and they refuse to make a choice and they're being forced to do it, or there is some sort of distance between the 2 of you, or you're separated and you're coming back together. It's just giving like a past energy that's getting like a do-over. Or oh my God, that's a soulmate card, the 6 of Cups. The last quarter moon reversed. What have we got here? In the challenge position, sorry if you can hear me wheezing, I've got a really bad cold. We've got the Fool. This is so nice. You've got the Fool and the 4 of Cups, okay, as the challenge. So, I mean, really, it should be this way, shouldn't it? Because the 4 of Cups reversed is a positive reversal. It signifies, you know, that's been closed off to offers. They're like, no, thank you, nope. And this way, it's like I'm open to people coming towards me once again. The Fool is just like full of the joys of spring. Nothing can go wrong. I'm ready for my adventure. I'm ready to take that leap of faith into a brand new chapter. That was the challenge. So maybe timing is important here. And we've got the last the last quarter moon reversed. So do you know what? This is just, it's really romantic, this, because the last quarter moon, when it's upright, is, in ancient times, people would have seen the full moon lit at night, right? It would have been like the light in the night sky. You would see a 3/4 moon, then a half moon, then a quarter moon. And this is about acceptance that the end is coming, that we're going to see the end of this full moon. we're gonna lose this final slither of the moon, okay, and it's gonna be full darkness. You see that they're holding the timer, the sun timer. You know, time's running out, things are coming to a close. That was reversed. So this person knows that time is running out and they need to get their ish together and jump into this new cycle, because, you know, if they could, they would stop that timer, they would stand everything, you know, still and come and get you. It's just, that's why it's so romantic. And then look, the Six of Cups is soulmates. It's just like, what birds are these? Are they swallows? Or starlings? I'm really bad with birds. But I guess it's romantic. It's it's not fair. I want this to be my reading. It's gorgeous. It's really romantic. You know, cups overflowing, flags flying, harps playing, flowers blooming. Manes flying. It's really, really nice. So I wonder if the Tower moment, if that's the divine doing it. Vlad, I'm just in the middle of a collective reading, but if you want to message me on my Gmail, or sorry, I've got a cold. If you want to private message on my TikTok, you know, I can do a little reading for you, but you'd have to pay me because I've got a full-time job and I'm in the middle of doing my free collective readings. Right, so let's get clarification. Why did they have the midday sun reverse? Why were they sad? Why have they got the Tower moment? Demanding. Unrealistic expectations, high maintenance diva. Okay, so perhaps their happiness was being blocked by the person that they were with. Maybe they were already with someone, you know, just, I mean, like dating or in a relationship. I don't see marriage really for them, but they could have been just dealing with someone that's just not in alignment with their principles, their values. Doesn't even have to be someone they're dating. It could be, you know, a family member or friend, colleague, boss. Awakened rebirth. Become conscious that you're aware and embrace the renewal of your essence. Okay, so perhaps they're going to wake up to reality and realize that this isn't like their person. Love blocks, what does that say? Dismantle hidden barriers to real intimacy and trust. Pace of pleasure. Resist the rush, adopt a slower stride, and savor each moment's essence. Yeah, I think they just picked wrong. They probably looked at what someone's like on the outside, or they didn't really take that long to get to know them fully. So they've ended up with someone that's just not in alignment with them, who they really are. It doesn't seem like anything permanent. Seems quite temporary. So they may have just been dating them. It's okay, Vlad. It's just you wouldn't believe how many people ask the same question, thinking it's just them. But it's, I'd be here like into next year if I did that. A situation is about to explode. Things are about to pop off in flames. Wow. Okay. So this person might not leave without a fight, you know? I mean, that is drama on top of drama on top of drama. Wow. I think hide under a table, or in a basement or something, like. That's very dramatic, isn't it? A high maintenance diva, if they're getting what they want from this person, they're not going to let them go. Not without a fight. But that's up to them to deal with that. It's not up to you to deal with that. They just need to sort it and then come to you when they're, when they're available. The situation is about to explode. What's the nature of this connection? The one that's coming in for Cancer. Free yourself. You don't need to be in control of everything for a love relationship to be successful. So this person's being overly controlled. You can see why they've got the Sun card reversed. They're not enjoying, like, it's like being in a prison, being with this person, this diva, this person that just wants loads of money. They don't really care about them and they're controlling them and stuff. It's suffocating. So when they meet you, they're going to feel like they're free and they're spending time with you because they want to, but they know that they don't have to. So that's what a relationship should be like, right? But some people didn't get the memo. They're really controlling because they're probably quite shady. And when people are shady, they don't trust anyone. So they overly control, especially like users and narcissists. Like, oh, they'll be on the phone to you 24/7 and it's not romantic, it's control, but it'll be veiled as romance. See, this person's getting free, okay, to come and be with you. It's been something more harmonious. They're healing their heart. Okay, they're healing from a toxic relationship. Someone else got a similar read to this. One of the other signs. Just trying to think who it was. Could have been Aries, I don't know if it's appropriate to get messages from them because I don't know if this is someone from your past or new, but let's get messages just in case it's someone that you already know, that you had dealings with in the past, or you've already, you know, started to meet them. Yeah, nah. Somehow I've managed to mix up 2 different decks. How have I done that? And one's gone down. There it is. Gotcha. Ace of Swords. Clarity, the truth, major revelation, confession. Ooh, they're going to tell their person that they're going to pop off. They're probably going to like shout it out like the next time the person just, you know, is really demanding. They're just going to be like, I want out. I want the end of this. Words do hurt. It could be like verbally abusive if they don't get the way. Strength, like they're really trying to be strong. They could have Leo in the chart. The Tower's Aries energy. There's a lot of fire energy for them, and that may not be their natural nature. They got the Sun reversed, haven't they? Which is also Leo. They could be a Leo. But then with you, it's like there's all this water, there's all this emotion, soulmate energy, so many cups, so much love, pentacles. Their intention is very noble. Okay, this is the most noble of the knights because they intend to, you know, build and grow together. Oh, dreamy. That's dreamy. I'm very jealous. Sorry for all the coughing and stuff. I've got a really bad cold. It just only started on. It sort of developed Friday, and I didn't know if it's allergies, but I felt weird, like itchy in my chest, and like my throat was like getting a little bit sore, and I thought, And then my nose was just running like a tap. I had to like leg out of work last thing on Friday. I would normally hang around and faff about and do, you know, do a load of stuff before leaving, and I just had to get out there because my nose was running like a tap. And then the sneezing started, so that's been my weekend. Loving space. I cannot learn other people's lessons for them. They must get there themselves at their own time. I can simply hold loving space for them as they go through their journey. Okay, so this could be someone that you know, that you've been waiting for them to, you know, wake up, to take action. It could be someone that you've known for many years, either because you once dated them in the past, or you've been having a third party with them, or you were married to them and had kids with them, and now you want to be back together. And they've, you know, remarried, or they've started seeing someone else. I do get like reunion vibes, but look at this. It's like their advice, isn't it? They need to get free, and you need to kind of like let them take the initiative and do all that and sort it all out because they're not happy where they are. I'm just gonna blame it out. Let's get you some advice. Spirit, oh, I've already done that one. Spirit, what's your advice for Cancer, please? living in the moment. Live in the present to savor each moment's beauty. Okay, so don't think too far ahead, because you can live miserably doing that. Okay, make sure that you appreciate each breath that you're giving, each day that you are healthy, each day that, you know, your loved ones are safe, that you're not dealing with war, you're not dealing with, you know, abuse. You are in a beautiful world. Okay, so look for things to be grateful for and live in the moment, because that's the secret to being content. Okay, the future is now. It's, you know, what's happening now is about to be the past, and it's just time is like being lost, isn't it, every day? So make sure you enjoy it and you don't live miserably looking too far ahead, wondering what's going to happen. Energy harmonization. Align your chakras to harmonize energy. Achieve vibrational balance. So if you want to do that, if you want to learn about the chakras, okay, I've got this card. Really, I don't know why they did this. It should be the other way around, but the chakras, you know, if you were stood up, this is the base of your spine, okay? That's between your hips. That's your belly, your heart, your throat, your forehead, and that's your crown, okay? So that's the way that it should be. And each chakra is dependent on the other. So starting off with the root chakra, that's to do with security, finances, feeling safe, okay? Because in a 3D reality, everything to do with safety is generally about whether we are financially safe, if we've got savings, if we've got income. That allows us to then feel like we've got a nest egg. Then we start to be passionate and we, you know, create and we reproduce. And, you know, this makes us feel confident, assertive. You know, we have a healing heart. We're abundant in terms of love. We have loving space, compassion. We can express ourselves freely. Each one is dependent on the other. They're like cogs that turn. Okay, so these are the different things that you can do to awaken your chakras. So I'll let you Google that, or you can take a photo. But something might be muddied. One of your chakras could be blocked or muddied or slowing down. Okay, so you want to just live in the moment, don't agonize and look too far ahead, because we can't rush someone else's, you know, awakening. Someone else's like evolution is on their timeline. Okay. These, I'm looking for these. One more advice for Cancer. Stop and let it all grow around you for a little bit. Oh my God, that goes together so well, doesn't it, with living in the moment? So you possibly need to get grounded, okay? You need to be out in nature. When you're around free running water sources, natural water sources like waterfalls, rivers, the sea, this is really, really good for you, okay? Being at the beach, being in the mountains next to a waterfall, like get in nature, guys. Be around the trees, the vines, the leaves, the flowers, you know, watch the little ants running around, busy, busy, busy. They don't sit and hold their head in their hands, ants, okay? They just get on and do. Sometimes as human beings, we get way too bogged down and we overthink, and then we're just not living. We're not like consciously living. We're just like, we're not being mindful. We're just completely like plagued by our worries, our anxieties, our fears. So we need to like reclaim our, body and be more visceral, be more natural. Okay, get grounded, be at one with nature. Little by little, there's a lot about the moon coming out here. Okay, little by little, this will get sorted out. What is that? Oh, it's coming off. This will get sorted out, okay? It'll get resolved. But it might require a bit of patience. It's not going to happen overnight. Right, I'm going to get you an angel number. So I feel like it has been, better days are coming, but it's been a bit of a tough cycle. One eight, willpower. Achievements, success, striving forward, prosperity. Go-getters, courage and luck. Wow, significant events are on the cards for you. You will progress in your endeavours and gain new experiences. The right people and resources will be put on your path. An excellent proposal or change is coming up. You are destined for greatness. Okay. I don't know why you're getting all the luck, but I'm happy for you, deserve it. Okay. So if finances have been low or you've just been on the outs with someone for a while, it's all going to get resolved, even if it's both of those things. Okay, things are going to come into alignment, divine intervention. Absolutely beautiful. You might want to screenshot that. It's just really, really dreamy, really, really nice. Soulmate, completely in love, vibes in the outcome. Okay, so we'll move on to Leo. If you liked this reading, if it resonated, if you watched it through, please give me a like, share the channel, support the channel, give me a follow, repost, make sure you're subscribed. It's not even a year old, this channel. I started it at the beginning of the summer. So we are a couple of months away from the 1 year anniversary. Or the channel's birthday. Okay, Leo the Lion. time to watch me struggle with shuffling these cards that are really big. And there's a lot of them. They've got more cards than the traditional tarot deck. There's more than 78, so you've got to bear with me. They've got all like different sun cards and moon cards as well. Look, that's a thick deck. That's like 2 decks, that. No wonder my hands are like, my bones are like sticking out my hands trying to like shuffle these. I'm a Taurus, I've got to complain out loud, okay? I'm not stoic at all. Well, I am, but I'm noisily stoic. You have to know that I'm suffering, okay? I need to express myself. My sister's an Aries and she'd just roll her eyes up and like take them off me and do it herself. She'd be like, what are you going on about? Oh my goodness. Hands are too small. Okay. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Leo's highest good. How is Leo feeling in this 3rd week of May 2025 with regards to one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for how you're feeling first of all, Leo. The 5 of Cups reversed. So, Leo, you could be getting over loss. Someone could have passed away, or you could be grieving for the loss of a relationship. It could be the loss of a community or a team or a place that was very dear to you. Like, you know, this is grief, sadness, loss, regret. So something's going on with you that's really, really sad, but you're sort of recovering from that now. With it being reversed. Right, disclaimer, there's going to be throat clearing. I might be stopping to blow my nose. I've got a cold, okay? You might hear wheezing. Another one for how you're feeling, Leo. The Strength reverse, your major arcana. Leo the Lion. Okay, so that's a need for emotional strength. She's trying to, you know, restrain him and tame the inner beast. And it's not really working at the moment. With it being reversed, you might be feeling quite weak, emotional. We've got a lunar eclipse, okay? So that could be a moment where a lot of emotions and turmoil come up. Ancient, you know, civilizations would have placed a lot of importance on lunar eclipses. They don't last long, do they? It's like a matter of minutes. So there's so much like emotion, isn't it, here? They would have thought, you see, like if you imagine yourself in the middle of the desert in Egypt, the night sky would be full of, you know, darkness while this lunar eclipse was happening. I feel like this is a really tough time for you at the moment, Leo. There could be like old wounds, you know, like past wounds, like childhood wounds, like inner wounds. Feels like the salt being rubbed in the, you know, like memories coming up of the past that aren't that comfortable. It makes you feel very weak, very vulnerable, you know, when there's a death or, you know, we can grieve for people who are alive, who are living, because maybe they're really not well, they're not able to communicate, or they're not able to move or express themselves. They're not the same person as we knew them, you know, cognitively, like they're not the same. Or, you know, when someone breaks up with us, like we have to grieve them because we're not allowed to be around them anymore. And that could be really hard. And then you have to lose all the people that they're connected with, you know, like all their family, mutual friends have to pick sides. So it's there's definitely grief here, but I think it's pulling up other stuff as well. Yeah, so there's a lack of healing. We've got the Star card reversed. We've got the Six of Wands reversed. You might feel like the people you expected to reach out to you haven't done. You might feel like that's part of the problem, is that you don't have people that you can rely on, people that care about you, you know, people that are there for you, that notice your lack of presence and, you know, come and find out where you are. Because this Six of Wands, when it's upright, is victory, success, recognition, being celebrated, being noticed. That's in the reverse. So you may feel like really you're just in the background, like people haven't noticed that you've gone, that you've disappeared, you know? You may be reassessing, you know, like who your true friends are, who your true tribe is, who your allies are, what's important in life. Let's get some cards for the one that's on your mind, the one that you are dealing with or manifesting in. Right, you got the Major Arcana for Aquarius, so that could be in your chart. It doesn't have to be Major Arcana, but reversed. So Leo's person. Right, these landed on the floor in the challenge position. So we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so when the Wheel of Fortune is upright, there's going to be a period of good luck, okay, provided by the universe. You can see the wings here. When it's reversed, we're trapped in a karmic cycle of bad luck. Okay, but it came out in the challenge position along with the Ace of Swords. Now, the Ace of Swords is truth, clarity, a major revelation. It can be a confession. And when it's reversed, it's like a secret. Now that's the challenge. Ooh. The Ace of Cups, being in love. Now, why is that with secrets and the Wheel of Fortune? And then we've also got the Six of Pentacles, which is equal give and take. Okay? This person's trying to be balanced, they're trying to be fair, they're trying to give to each person in a way that's fair. Okay? So in terms of relationships, 3 Pentacles from you, 3 Pentacles from your person, put together, that's a good team. You know, it's equal investment of time, money and energy. That's the challenge. Okay, so those 4 cards together in the challenge position is like someone wants balance. Okay, they have feelings, they want to, you know, fall in love, but work together, cooperate, and they need a balanced relationship if there's going to be one. They don't want to be in a karmic cycle. They don't want to, you know, do anything that's against their better judgment, because that would mean that this Wheel of Fortune is going to turn upside down and they're going to keep, you know, replaying an old situation. So they don't want to do that. So the person that you're dealing with, Leo, is really looking for a fair connection, an equal loving connection, and they don't want to get involved with anyone who they don't trust, you know, that's going to be like a poor decision. That's what I get from that. Because that's not an outcome, that's how they feel, those cards on that side. And they're all as a combination, and they're in the challenge position. So based off of their actions, that's what, you know, that's what will determine if these cards are upright or, you know, down. Okay, this could be an earth sign. We've got the King of Pentacles reversed. So that's a really nice card. There's actually, I mean, that looks like a bull in the background, doesn't it? It could be a Taurus. Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but it could be a Taurus. This person's very generous. Their love language is to gift. Okay, they like to earn money, they like to spend money, they feel safe when they have savings, when they have a good income. Was it reversed? It was, wasn't it? See, this person could be really focused on finances at the moment. A lot of their savings could be locked up, and so they have less disposable income, or they could have more outgoings than incomings. They could have a real need to focus on income and stability in their material world at the moment. Okay, so if you've been on the down low and you're kind of hurt that they haven't noticed, it's because they're really focused on, you know, their financial woes at the moment, because they need to be. It's not because they're it's not like being greedy or materialistic. It's like, I need security, I need stability, you know, and they're looking for a connection that's not toxic. They need something reliable, stable, You know, reliable doesn't mean dull. It means like when the chips are down, I've got someone to hold on to, someone that's going to comfort me, not, you know, an empty bed and, you know, an STI, a man-shaped hole in the door, or a woman-shaped hole, you know, in the wall. Like, they've got someone who's coming home from work that's going to talk to them and help them to make a plan. Or they're going to come home from work and, you know, their person's got the dinner on the go and a bottle of wine and they're ready to talk it through. They need stability, they need teamwork, they need equal give and take. Because life is not smooth sailing, and it is all fun and games until the chips are down. And as you're discovering now, it's not nice when people aren't there for you. Right, look, double confirmation that we're dealing with the Taurus. We've got the Hierophant. The Hierophant is reversed. Now, the Hierophant is Taurus's major arcana. The Hierophant is the teacher. They are wise, okay? From experience, they have learnt many lessons, and they are now the teacher. They want to tell other people and show other people what happened to them so that they don't have to make the same mistakes, okay? This is not about... It looks like the High Priestess card in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot deck, but they're nothing like each other. The High Priestess card is about intuition, inner guidance, wisdom, spirituality. This card is someone who in the 3D has suffered, okay? They have come up against many challenges, made a lot of poor decisions, and they don't want other people, you know, to do the same. So they spend their life teaching others, okay, the error of their ways so they may learn and do better, okay? So it's a very wise person when it's upright. Thank you for the likes. When it's reversed, it's someone that isn't acting in their best judgment, okay? They know better. So it could be a Taurus that's tempted to do something that they know is against their better judgment. And I'm not talking about financially, like maybe they're feeling unsupported, maybe they're feeling emotional, maybe they think if they were in a relationship, you know, like they might be tempted to pick someone based off what they look like, because this is a very Taurian thing to do. We're very... Tauruses are very attracted to Leos because Leos are very good looking, right? When a Leo walks into the room, they're usually flanked by, you know, a friend on either side, or, you know, they've got the right kind of stance, posture. They're very charismatic, they're good looking, they're the life and soul of the party, they're confident. We're attracted to people who are good looking. Because it's not our fault. We are ruled by Venus, the goddess of love, okay? The goddess of love and beauty. So we love to have nice things, and nice looking people are part of that, okay? So sometimes we make mistakes, and Taurus could be tempted to, you know, go for what's shiny. I don't know, that's just a guess. Maybe they've been spending too much and that's acting outside their better judgment. They're definitely like a little bit shy on money at the moment. Let's get 3 cards for the outcome. Now they're showing up as a King of Pentacles. You are showing up as the 5 of Cups, someone who's recovering from loss. grief, sadness, regret. You're not showing up as a king or a queen. You're showing up as someone who is struggling to heal, actually. Now, in the outcome, in the challenge position, we've got the Hanged Man. So there could be a stubborn energy. It could be them, it could be you, it could be both of you, because you're both fixed signs, okay? And fixed signs tend to be stubborn. They see things their way. They don't always see things from other people's perspectives, or even though they know change is inevitable, they can fight and kick and struggle against it a little bit, or bury their head in the sands for a little while. Yeah, it's not comfortable. Change is inevitable, but it's not always comfortable. So the Hanged Man, you see, when he suspends himself, he's not making any moves. He's having a little think about stuff. He's hanging himself upside down for good reason. You know, he's suspending himself and having a think. He's turned everything around because he wants to see things from another perspective. It's being open-minded, you know, prepared to listen to others. When it's reversed, it's being stubborn. So this is the challenge, and the outcome is like, you might not be talking to each other because you might each be trying to deal with your own problems, and then kind of getting pissed off, you know, when people don't notice or they're unaware, you know. Two more for the outcome. The Four of Cups closed off, and then we've got that along with the Page of Swords, spying, observing, watching, waiting. The Two of Wands reversed, okay, not making a move, not setting foot down either footpath, despite being at a fork in the road. The Wounded Warrior, okay, so lots of challenge. It's been a tough cycle, and, you know, we're prepared to keep on going. The Chariot's reversed, so the Chariot's upturned, okay, it's the major arcana for Cancer. There could be loss or defeat at the last minute. The Emperor's Chariot is overturned. The Empress. Now that's the major arcana for Libra and for Taurus. Triple confirmation. I'm going to call it, I think you're dealing with a Taurus. They could have Libra in their chart as well. The Ten of Wands reversed. Okay, we're dropping the burdens. So if it was the Ten of Wands, it'd be like, do you know what, might as well just throw another wand on my back, and I'll just walk up this hill with even more weight because I'm used to being the Wounded Warrior. Might as well close out the cycle, doing what I do best, you know, just soldiering on. But that's reversed, so we're dropping the burdens. Now, someone's become the Empress, and you could be spying on Taurus. You could be spying on Taurus and feel like, you know, Taurus is not noticing me. It's not working. And then Taurus could arrive. Why did that sound Aussie? Arrive. And then we could drop the burdens because we realise, like, we've been silly, you know, we've been like struggling and stressing and we didn't need to. Or you become the Empress, because Taurus is showing up as the King of Pentacles reversed, the Hierophant reversed. The Six of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune. I'm just reviewing the cards because I need to. So you're in grief, you're unhealed. You're really struggling with your emotions. You refuse to. You could be feeling stubborn. You're not open to attention from anyone else, and then you're watching and you're waiting. The Two of Wands reversed, not making a choice. Nine of Wands, continuing the struggle. The Chariot's overturned. See, that's like when the Chariot's upright, it's like we're going for success, some kind of victory. It's travel, it's movement, it's full intention to win. Okay, and that's something's been a really long wait, and then it's like I don't know if you become the Empress or you're watching the Empress and she arrives and the burdens are released. I don't know. You might get contact from this Empress and then it helps you to release the burdens. Let's get one more. The Ace of Wands reversed. In the outcome, the Ace of Wands is reversed. Like, if that was upright, I'd say, oh, tired. I'd say that's a rebirth. You know, it's passion, enthusiasm, excitement. You see all the new growth. It's the start of a new journey, and it's divinely, supported. But that's reversed. So you could be giving up on a Taurus, or you could hear from a Taurus, but then realise, like, there's not going to be a rebirth. There's so many wands here, like, it's just wands. It's all your side. There's wands everywhere. You could be feeling really, like, dissatisfied with, with your efforts. You feel like your efforts have just been in vain. Like, this Taurus just does not get it. Okay, so the Empress is very beautiful. She attracts, she does not chase. Okay, she's all four queens. She's the Queen of Wands. Okay, ambitious, goal orientated, sexy. She's the Queen of Swords, tells it how it is, capable of being very intelligent, a great communicator. She can be strategic. She's the Queen of Pentacles, fantastic provider. At the moment, that's not going so great, that aspect. So that could be why this Taurus is being burdened, okay, distracted. She's the Queen of Cups, patient, empathetic, calm. She may be, stressed like everyone else, but she comes across like a duck. The feet are going beneath the water, but she's like swanning around, gracious, really long fuse. Takes a lot to get this Taurus to blow. So if they're showing up as themselves and they're a Taurus, I do feel like you feel, really attracted to them. You hold them in extremely high regard. It's the highest status in the tarot deck, the Empress card. But I think you're tired. You're so tired of, like, when you need this person, they're looking the other way. You know, they're busy with other stuff. So I think it feels like that's the vibe. It feels like you've experienced something really bad and that you would really have liked this person to be there for you. That's the vibe that I'm getting. You could be like, no, I see the cards and I know what that means. Okay, I'm not a fly on the wall. I can only give you, like, my perception of things. No wonder the challenge is love, fairness and balanced. You know, I'm going with this because in the challenge position, they were looking for equal give and take, yet they're kind of like being very selfish with their own energy right now. Maybe that's why, you know, maybe someone else hasn't been fair with their energy towards them, so they're having to, like, be their own balance. But you feel like you need them and they're not there for you, so they could be oblivious, to be honest. They could be really oblivious to, like, this whole calculation that you're going through, for, like, whether to bother with them or not, or whether to just let it go. Right, why is the Hierophant reversed? What's against their better judgment? An ending. You're pretending that it's not ending, but it's time to let go and make a fresh start. So they could be holding on to the past. They could be fussing over someone or grieving over someone that isn't worth it. It's time for them to, like, shake themselves out of that. Okay, so that Wheel of Fortune, they could be tempted to get involved with someone that's no good for them. Okay, and go back into a karmic cycle. Chaotic clarity. Amidst confusion and intense crisis, seek the light of understanding and resolve. Okay, so they haven't got clarity on this yet because that was in the challenge position. Yeah, they could be, like, really struggling to get over someone from the past, and, you know, they keep taking themselves around this merry-go-round of, like, emotions and sort of reigniting the flame for themselves, even if there's no one, you know, like, physically involved with them. They could be, like, staying emotionally unavailable for someone. Let's pull from a different oracle deck. The Hidden Futures Oracle. Game over. Ooh. They're crushed. They're absolutely crushed by someone. Someone's broken this Taurus's heart, like, stomped all over it, you know, zapped it, tasered it, stabbed it. It's just like, oof. They're allowing themselves to get, like, hurt by this person, like, over and over, even, like, you know, if they're not physically seeing them anymore. If they block them, they might still be talking about them, thinking about them, fantasizing, you know, like, they're just not emotionally available because of someone from the past, like the recent past. Oh, it's a twin flame. Okay, so someone that they have a very intense sexual connection with. Yin and yang, Zen balance, union, duality, coupling, complement each other. They can't get over this person because it's a twin flame. It's someone that they're on and off with. They trigger healing in, it's a runner chaser dynamic. They trigger healing in this person and this person triggers healing in them. Okay, so they're very much locked into this. That's why they're not emotionally available. Because even though they go for long periods, like months or years without this person, they're like magnets, they end up coming back together. Hand of cards. Take a chance, risk, being strategic, options, not showing hands, gambling. You feel like this person got loads of secrets, and it's to do with their twin flame. Okay, they keep the cards close to their chest. They don't tell you about this, the things that they're, like thinking about or doing. Wedding rings, union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. So this person that they're, having a twin flame experience with could be married. They could wish that they're going to marry them. That's why they keep themselves available for this person. Let's get messages from this Taurus. You hurt me, but that's okay, I guess. Oof. Ouch. I want you to choose. They like being chased, they like being pursued. They're not gonna... This person's not the kind of person that's gonna put themselves out there and chase people. And if they get hurt, it's cuts them really deep. I need time for me. I just dream and wish for everything. They're very like lusty, very fantasizing, daydreaming. They could be like crossing over into delusion at times because they're spending so much time thinking about this twin flame. What's the nature of this connection between Leo and Taurus, please? Separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So you could be in separation from Taurus at the moment. You could be just needing to get space from them because it's frustrating to be around them, to observe, this cycle that they're in. You just know that there isn't space for you. You feel ignored, you feel unsupported with things going on in your life, because they're too busy fussing over like someone that's not in their life. It doesn't seem like very beneficial behaviour. If there's going to be a reunion between, or reconciliation between Leo and Taurus, when will that be? Around March. Well, whoa. March is a year off. So that's not cool. I don't like that. That's a lot. I wasn't expecting that. Perhaps this is hitting you more than this Taurus realizes. Balance your energies. Maintaining balance in your energy. Maintain balance in your energies to ensure overall harmony and stability. Okay, so you could be really struggling with managing your emotions. You could feel extremely hurt. Make sure you're not projecting what's gone on with you, Leo. Like, if you have lost someone, if you're in grief and you've not communicated with this person, that you need their support, okay? They're actually distracted with finances and a twin flame situation, so they're going through their own stuff. And if you don't communicate with them, you know, there's absolutely no need to sort of be apart from each other for that long. Like, I do feel like you're struggling with your emotions at the moment. You're feeling this intensity and you could be projecting it onto them. It's not, you know, maybe you're just trying to clear your head and it's what you need to do because of how your emotions are governed by this person. But yeah, to be honest, do what you need to do, because I'm a Taurus, I'm seeing it from my perspective. But if you need to regain balance by separating from them for a really long kind of extended period, then that's what you need to do. Subconscious mind. I realise that subconscious beliefs or programs may be holding me back from my desires. For example, if I want money, I may have been told things growing up that I am subconsciously holding on to, so I go back to my past and release beliefs that no longer align, substituting them with ones that do. Okay, so an example of that is like if you've grown up in poverty, you may believe that you're destined for a life of poverty. Okay, if you've grown up around people who are really negative about income or the state or benefits or, you know, social motility, class systems, you could feel like, you know, you're just destined to be at the bottom rung forever. That's not true, but you're going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy if you live by those things that you've listened to. Okay, so retrain the brain, reframe it, and be like, I'm not my parents, I'm not my parents' parents, okay? I'm not my siblings. I look at the sacred geometry on the candle holder and on the crystal pyramid there. Sacred geometry has no beginning, it has no end. The universe is the same, okay? It's like a spider's web. Energy cannot be created, nor can it be destroyed. So that free-flowing energy, money is energy, okay? Love is energy. So the universe is abundant. Whatever you want, it's out there, okay? And you're in the middle of that geometry. You are part of that web. So you can't, be separate from the universe. You are in it. You are in the energy. So it's yours. It's for you. You can say positive affirmations and say, I want success, I deserve success, and I will have success. I want love, I deserve love, and I will have love. Okay, so you speak positively to yourself out loud and you change your fate, okay? Because something about your subconscious mind is holding you back from living your true kind of like happiness. Whether that's your financial goals or, being able to have a loving, trusting, reciprocal relationship. Mirror. In order to change my life outside, I need to change inside. Once I'm open to this change, my exterior reality will begin to mirror those new shifts. Now, this seems like advice for your person as well. Okay, so if they stay fussy and emotionally available only to the person that they're in a twin flames connection with, they're going to be lonely, aren't they? They're going to be by themselves forever. They've got to let that person go and open up their heart for someone who is not a twin flame, but who's offering a loving, stable connection. Okay, so it seems like you've both got work to do. And maybe that does mean that there's going to be separation for a little while. And when I say a little while, it's actually quite a substantial amount of time. But I get the feeling that you're good friends with this person, that you've known them for a lot of years now. So, in the grand scheme, a year may not be that much, but it's enough to kind of get rebalanced where you both got a lot on your plate, you know, emotionally. There's like heavy emotional baggage here. Right, a final advice for Leo, and then I'll get you an angel card. Advice for Leo, please. Practice. Okay, so you might think, well, it's not really me to say positive affirmations. It's not really me to like go for more income. It's not really me to get settled in a steady relationship. But practice makes perfect. If you want balance in your life, that's the secret. It's all for a reason. Okay, so this is not the end of the story. It's the end of chapter 4 or 5. It's not the end of the book. Okay, so for you and this person, it's part of this dance that you two are doing. And, you know, they're showing up in your energy because you care about them a lot. And you're showing up as hurt because you care about them a lot. Okay. And you feel ignored because you want this person's time, you want their attention. You view them as the empress. So they're a worthwhile person, but they're on their own like journey. They're on, you know, their own evolution, their own time frame of healing. You know, maybe they'll go through an ascension over the next 12 months and then, you know, they'll have more time to devote to you. But for right now, this is what's supposed to happen, guys. I need to plug my phone in because it's on a few percent. Right, I'll pull you an angel number. Why can't I plug that in? That's annoying. Is that charging? Yes, it is. Okay. Right, angel number for Leo. So I feel like you're going through it at the moment. Spirit, can you give me an angel number for Leo, please? 0505. Now 5 is a number of change. Unexpected shift. Divine intervention, sudden challenges. Love, pleasant surprises, gut feeling. This number serves as a gentle nudge to pursue whatever interests you the most. It's possible that something could rock your boat, but you'll end up exactly where you belong, which could be in somebody's arms, your dream job, or abroad. Ooh, what is going on? Do you see how like profound this is? It's all about breaking old habits, old beliefs. You're going through an ascension. You're going through an ascension, and it's difficult and it's scary, but it's necessary. Okay, it's part of your planned evolution. You're going to be in separation from this person for a while, but it's all part of the plan. Okay, it's supposed to happen. Right, that is the end of your reading, Leo. I'm going to do Virgo, and then I am going to get into bed. Because it's the start of another working week tomorrow. Oh, I want more time off. I'm tired. I'm poorly. It's half term in another week. My half term. God, we've got a twilight on Tuesday. I can't be bothered. I'm run down. I'm tired. I'm grumpy. I need to shut up, actually. What time is it? It's after midnight, so I need to be quiet because my parents will be in bed. God, what if I can't sleep? Because if I can't sleep, I need, like, to just deal with that in the morning. Slept a bit last night, but not Friday at all. Okay, so we're going on to Virgo, aren't we? There they are. Right, bear with me because this is a really big deck. It's got extra cards in it. And it's really big, so it's just difficult to shuffle. One. Two. Whoops. Three. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Virgo's highest good. How is Virgo feeling in this third week of May 2025 with regards to what they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards, please, for Virgo. How is Virgo feeling, first of all? Right, we've got the King of Pentacles, but it was sort of in the challenge position. The King of Pentacles is your energy. It's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It's earth energy. It's dealing with financial matters, material, wealth, security, generosity, savings, you know, buying, selling, earning, spending, gifting. People with earth energy are very creative, they're problem solvers. Virgos are visionaries, you're perfectionists. You have insanely high standards. Okay. So I don't know why that's in the challenge. Maybe there's an issue around money at the moment, or security, feeling a little bit, you know, unstable. Two more for how you're feeling. The Nine of Wands, it's been a little bit of a battle, a little bit of a struggle for a while, okay? Each wand represents a challenge. This is the card of the Wounded Warrior. Okay, you're prepared to keep going, but you're feeling the strain a little bit. The Three of Cups. Now, 3 is a number of community. It's celebrations when it's the Three of Cups. It can also be third-party dynamics. If you think the Two of Cups is two people that have fallen in love and it's a new, it's a new partnership, when you add another person and their feelings into the equation, that's one too many. So I'm not saying it is definitely third-party dynamic, but it could just be celebrations, family gatherings, you know, celebrations in work, friends, groups. I mean, it's upright, so let's see what they've got going on with them. Three cards for the one that Virgo is thinking about or dealing with or manifesting in. Oh God, that's a lot. Right, we've got the Eight of Pentacles reversed. So the Eight of Pentacles upright. Oh no, it's not the Eight of Pentacles, it's the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles reversed. So if it was upright, this person would want to date someone. Okay, so that's like money, time and energy, and it's making moves towards someone brand new and going, I want to date you. And it's the most noble knight out of all the 4 knights. This is the one you want because they're the one that's going to invest long term. That's reversed though. So why is this person not investing? They're either withdrawing investment from something they're already in, or they don't want to date anyone right now. They're closed off to that. At least, you know, not in a long-term kind of way. So these cards, these cards came out as well. So let's look at these. The Ten of Swords is absolute pain, anguish, heartache. The end of a really, really tough, painful cycle. The Ace of Wands, rebirth. The Nine of Cups reversed is being like discontented, sad. The High Priestess, trusting intuition, feeling like it's all for a reason. The King of Cups, the Nine of Swords. Why would we go from the Ten of Swords to the Nine of Swords? The King of Cups is someone very patient, empathetic, generous of heart, generous of time, energy. Oof, I don't like that. It looks really... Why would we go backwards? Let's get another one. Another card for the one that Virgo's dealing with, thinking about, or manifesting in. The Seven of Pentacles, but it's reversed. If the Seven of Pentacles was upright, it's looking back at what we've planted, what we've cultivated so far. Seven's a number of reflection. It's looking back at what's already been achieved, established, accomplished. You know, like a farmer looking at his crops with his hands on his hips, like, I've done a good job there. When it's reversed, it's like, I haven't done enough, I haven't achieved enough, I need to do more. Let's get 3 cards for the outcome. Now, you're showing up as a King of Pentacles. They're showing up as a King of Cups, so you're both in your masculine energy. You're in the challenge position as the King of Pentacles. Something's been difficult financially, and then you've got the 3 of Cups. Maybe there's been a lot of outgoings from celebrations, you know, personal kind of like birthdays, anniversaries, parties, you know, graduations. You've been helping, you know, everyone out in the family, like with sort of certain milestones or work on the house or something. Like, it's all good, it's happy stuff, but it's cost money. Or you feel like, you know, you're hemorrhaging money because there's someone else that's receiving it, that's outside of this relationship, that shouldn't be. It's interesting that the King of Cups, the person showing us the King of Cups, and they've got like a withdrawal of Pentacles, like they're riding away with the Pentacles instead of bringing them. The Ten of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Nine of Cups reversed. Why are they like in the cycle of pain? Why would you go back? Why would you go? That's really odd. Why would you go from the Ten of Swords to the Ace of Wands to the Nine of Swords? Because you should be reaching 10 and then the cycle should finish. But we've gone backwards. We're making it unnecessarily harder. And then we've got the Seven of Pentacles reversed. Well, of course you're not going to have achieved enough if you're withdrawing money or spending money. This person could be like over generous. They could be giving out pentacles left, right and centre. And it could be to loved ones, but there's only so much you can give. Especially, like, depends what phase of life you're in, because if you're not earning, how are you giving? You know, like, this person's forgetting, aren't they, that, like, maybe you don't have income anymore, you could be in retirement and just going through savings. Right, and the challenge, we've got the Death card, major for Scorpio, the Tower, major for Aries, and the Five of Wands. There's arguments here. There's arguments, collisions, clashes over a Tower moment and moving out of one chapter into a new chapter. We're just talking about, like, phases of life, aren't we? Different chapters of our life. You could be really disagreeing or colliding. I don't want to say colliding, do I? I want to say, like, clashing. Yeah, clashing over sort of next steps, pivotal moments, large decisions about the future, like, especially if you've both been in management positions, you know, it's very difficult to not, you know, be the ones with the reins. You're both showing up as kings, you see, so you're both in your masculine energy. No one's kind of letting the other one lead. You've got someone who's, like, really worried about finances and someone who's worried about, you know, being generous. I think you're kind of wanting to be more practical and frugal, and they're wanting to be kind of emotional and soppy, and I don't know. I don't know what the reason for that is. You could have different love languages, you know, if one of you's showing up as earth energy and the other one's showing up as water energy. Oops. Certain times of year are very emotional, aren't they? So that could trigger, just thinking about anniversaries, and you got birthdays, but you've got, like, milestones, like, you've also got deaths, haven't you, and anniversaries of people's passings and stuff like that. So we can get over emotional and act slightly out of our better judgment. Now we've got the King of Wands reversed, the Knight of Wands reversed, the Chariot reversed, and the Five of Pentacles upright. What on earth is that? Sometimes it helps to read them the other way, and then I can, like, think what the opposite is. Okay, so if these cards were the right way up, you'd have someone coming out from the cold, out from poverty, financial or emotional or both. Then you'd have movement, victory. You'd have this, like, excited energy, spontaneous energy, and then you'd have this, like, this person that feels like the man or the woman, you know, like, they've got it all, they're abundant, they're confident, they're glowing. You know, Wands is passion, it's that seductive charm, like when someone's charming and confident and assertive and goal orientated, and there's this, like, joie de vivre and, like, joy of life, like, ambition, you know, like, when you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you look good. When you're doing well, when you're successful, you know, it's just up, 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 isn't it? And that's what we've got here. Someone who's maturing and they're getting more confident and they're slowing down a little bit and they're leveling up. They're victorious. when it's this way, hang on. When it's this way, someone could feel like a failure. They could feel like there's loss, or defeat at the last minute. They could feel like, you know, they're lackluster, they've lost their sex drive, their passion, their confidence, and they're not able to meet these responsibilities. They're not able to provide, to create new goals and meet them. It's like a lack of confidence, a lack of willpower, a lack of ambition, you know, just feeling really weakened and insecure, irresponsible, unsuccessful. So that's part of the outcome. And in the challenge, we had the Tower, arguments, and trying to close out a cycle. So there could have been some sort of poor investment or poor decision, or a decision made without agreement on both sides. But it feels like someone's been very foolish here. They've been overconfident or irresponsible. Again, we've got another king, so it's this masculine energy, like no one's yielding. Oh, why have I just picked up them? Let's get another one, because they're two combinations and I need a third card for the outcome. Page of Cups. That's an apology, guys. That's an apology. The King of Wands. I think the King of Wands is going to apologise. I'm just not sure who is the King of Wands. I'm telling you now, on your side, you've got all wands. On their side, they've got pentacles and swords. So you could be dealing with, they've got cups as well. The wands are your side. So you could end up being very argumentative and bolshy, you know, angry, overly passionate. When passion spills over, it becomes anger. I don't know, that's a guess. Because also, they were in combination with the Five of Pentacles, and you were showing up as the King of Pentacles as the challenge. So I do feel like it's something really financial here, because they've got the Seven of Pentacles reversed and they've got the Knight of Pentacles reversed. It's like they've taken money out of the savings and then they've realised there's not enough savings. One of you's going to apologise to the other anyway. And it's to do with finances. That's the main thing, is you're gonna sort it out. Right, let's see what's going on with them. Why have they got the Ten of Swords? Why are they withdrawing investment of time, money or energy? Exposed. Fragile heart, too open, in danger of heartbreak. So this person has a really soft centre that they don't show to people. Okay, when they feel pain, they internalise it. When they feel embarrassment, they would rather save face and internalise it than have anyone know that they're in the Ten of Swords or the Nine of Swords energy. Okay, they stay extremely calm. Dream world, living in a fantasyland, illusions, not real love. Brief affair. Brace for a sudden ending, short but sweet, can't last. Empty. The truth is that you simply don't feel fulfilled. It's worth the wait to find true happiness. Late bloomer. Age gap or immature attitude, out of sync and needs more time. Up in the air. Not able to make solid plans, flighty, ungrounded. Unable to free yourself from a sticky situation, taking a step back helps you to see clearly. Oof. I mean, that's a lot of stuff coming out there. I don't normally get that many clarifiers. It's normally like one or two. It's weird. I mean, it says affair, doesn't it? It says tangled, brief affair, late bloomer, like the immature, irresponsible. They can be emotionally cut off. They can go through the motions. But then, that's bizarre. That's such scattered energy. It's like a bit of everything. Let's see what else comes out from a different oracle deck. Crossed paths, a mismatch of intentions, clashing perspectives, a journey misled, seeks alignment. There could be an age gap between you. This person could have acted immaturely. With, with finances or with the relationship. I don't know. That's a lot. There's just so many like cards. That's really weird. The King of Cups upright is someone who's like really emotional and well, like emotionally balanced. Like they're not reversed, but they're experiencing a lot of pain. Caution. Whatever it is, they're very tight-lipped about it. Because that exposed thing is like, it's not about them getting exposed, it's like they don't want to reveal their soft side. They don't want anyone to know that they have all these thoughts and fears and feelings. Like, they keep that under lock and key. Do you know what I mean? That heart is like kept in a jar, like safe from exposure. Right, where am I up to? I need to clarify with these. The golden mirror. Self-absorbed, narcissist, one-sided relationship, love bombing. King of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. We did have the Three of Cups on this side, didn't we? You might know that this person's having an affair, or you might believe that they're having an affair. Or they could have had one in the past. Because we got a Tower moment. We've got the end of a chapter. But it's like because of a Tower moment, and then there's like conflict. We've got an apology. The King of Wands. See, I was reading it as purely financial. Now, they could have been taking money out to spend it on websites, women of the night, men of the night, OnlyFans. You know, it doesn't have to be like a physical affair, does it? People spend a lot of money on porn, or, you know, a fancy man, a fancy woman. There's a lot of people that get catfished as well, isn't there? And they get a lot of money taken from them just for like texting someone. They'd be like, I need money, text me. Send me, put money in my account, my Cash App or whatever. Like, I don't know that kind of world, but I only know it from catfish. But it's just, you wouldn't believe how some people live, just sending loads of money to someone that they've never even met, that they just text them. Maybe this King of Wands is very out of order. Maybe they're immature in terms of like they've been cheating, or, you know, either like spending money on someone they've never even met or are going to meet, you know, because you can get scammed by people who are the same sex but claim to be someone else. Or they have another person, they physically have another person that they spend money on. But it does seem like it's going to get exposed, and there's going to be arguments, and then there's going to be an apology. What's the nature of this connection between Virgo and the one that's showing up in their reading? I do think that you're married because you're both showing up as kings, and we're getting like community cards. Nothing has gone wrong. Trust the process. This connection is divinely timed. Reaching your goal, everything you want from this connection will manifest in the near future. What? How does that possibly go together? How does that possibly go together? So, really, without overthinking it, on their side, they're just running around doing the most to getting involved with people because it's exciting, and they're not really thinking too much through. I'm looking at that as money, but it could just be like a lack of time for you, or a lack of investment of time, money and energy, which would leave you out in the cold. You don't have to be married. You could be two mature people to show up as two kings. To be fair, I don't have a Four of Wands card, which is marriage or stability. I don't have Six of Cups soulmate card. You could be two mature, responsible people that are quite independent of one another, but then they keep running around having lots of people on. You know, like some people have people on a schedule. Like they got one for each day of the week because they're just used to being like that. But they're not really living like the way that they should. It's immature, you know, everything's kind of like tangled up. Minnie's saying that because he says nothing has gone wrong, you're reaching your goal. This is divine timing. And we do see an apology. I think they get regretful over how they've treated you. Perhaps you always knew that they were with someone else. But then there's a tower moment and you decide to walk away and then they like shit themselves and then they apologise, something like that. It could be any number of things, to be honest. Let's get messages from them because you're definitely like involved with them. It's not a future energy and it's not so, you know, someone new. Separation, sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of the future. Ooh, so yeah, so you could have just called them out on their shit, caused a tower moment, you know, had arguments, and then you're in separation and they could really like think, oh my god, what have I done? You know, all this gallivanting around, they could stop it and pack it in and then apologise. Stranger things have happened. Let's get you some advice and then I'll get you an angel number. Spirit, what is your advice for Virgo? Curiosity. It's a strange one to get out, isn't it? Curiosity. Maybe it's about being interested in what this person does next and what they have to say. Morning rituals. In the mornings, I will take time to tune into myself, to set high vibrational rituals that will help me lead a good day. I pay attention to the morning habits that don't serve me and change them for ones that do. So if you find yourself dwelling on stuff in the morning, don't say, I've got a long day ahead of me, it's going to be productive, but I deserve this quiet time to have a coffee, or I deserve to listen to some upbeat music on the way to work, or I deserve to have a shower and look nice, you know? I deserve to pull the blinds up and enjoy the morning sunrise. Like, talk in a way that is really, really nice. You know, I deserve to have a nutritional breakfast, you know, to fuel me so that I may, you know, have a productive day. Like, just find your bliss, okay, and treat yourself well. What else this one? That's like strange stuff to come out, isn't it? What have you been doing in the morning that's weird? If you've been snoozing, because that's not good, that's just anxiety on top of anxiety. I do that. I'll probably do that in the morning as well. But you never really relax, do you? You just go, oh, no, I've got even less time to get ready. Then you end up being a bit late for work or something like that. You get agitated on the way. Yeah, it's not good. Spirals. Emotional healing. I have to look really close at these because the text is too thin. Heal emotional wounds to release past pains and soothe your heart. I'm getting the vibe of like reconciliation. I'm getting like, this is painful now, but you're going to reconcile. Like, that's like one of them magic eye things, isn't it? Like, sometimes that looks to me like two Capricorns facing each other, and then other times it looks like people. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I think you're gonna hold like loving space for this person, and just be kind to yourself, take it easy, and over the next like several months, I just think there could be some like important shifts. Let's get you an angel number because that might give us a clue. Right, Spirit is giving you a lot of support here. Spiritual awakening, new beginnings, personal development, prioritizing creativity, and heading in the right direction. A new phase in a religious or spiritual quest. You're going through a spiritual awakening, which can feel like the dark night of the soul. You're on the path to enlightenment, and this too shall pass. Okay, so 1001, if you see that number, you're being comforted, okay, that this is just momentary, it's going to pass. 0440, the gut feeling. Intuition, betrayal, pessimism, relating, value, insight, increased perception, love, and monogamy. Follow your gut. It's more than just a feeling. Be real with people and focus on meaningful relationships. Remember, you also must bring value to the table. Treat others with respect or else karma will bite your ass. 3 is a crowd. Have you been the one that's in a third party? For some of you, you're the one that's in a love triangle. Okay? For some of you, it could be both of you, You might not have been truthful that you're dabbling with other people. Even if you don't feel like you two are exclusive, that's what's making it toxic. 1144, high vibes. Divine intervention. Well, you got that with the tower. That's freaky. Prosperity, big ventures, fated events, faith, purpose, higher calling. Love or the happiness lurks just around the corner. It will be something much better than in your wildest dreams. A rare opportunity and exciting encounter with like-minded people will exceed your expectations. That's nice. That's really nice. That's wild, the fact that it says nothing's gone wrong, you're reaching your goal. And then you've got spiritual awakening, high vibes. But you are getting... They've got like caution cards, tangled. You've got like 3 of cups, which is third party. I wonder if it's just a lack of like, everything's so confused. You're going into a period of separation. Or you're feeling unsure about the future, but actually, things could strengthen, it could go full circle, and you could actually become more exclusive and closer together, like, in the end. But you might have to be apart for a while for them to have a real think about that, and you might need to be honest about, you know, whether you've been, like, fully supporting this or part of the problem as well. Right, thank you for the likes. Thank you for hanging on in there, because it's like 1 a.m. here now in the UK. I'm gonna switch off, get into bed. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.